All right, here is the speed run of from Bern to Cordoba, the Excel Esports case from the doc local chapter. I'm going to start by grabbing the leftmost character and multiplying. For this, I need the goal differential for each team, but I need it from both 1 and 2, so I'm gonna reorient this thing, right? So goals. Text split this by there. And we'll keep this in what? Left and general. I call this that at least, right? So that's goals. Probably do some over here too in the same format. Yeah. All right. Goals are there. And then here I'm going to put cycles, 900 cycles of 2 is my little lambda that just, counts up like that. So this is the match number, team number, what is, so it's the team name, and then the opponent name, goals, opponent goals. This is just a regular to call. This, I'm going to use my X2 call lambda, which lets me traverse how I wish. Not going to show the addresses, and I'm going to traverse going in the left direction first, and then the down direction after that. So that will flip everything around, right? So now I've got, this is team 1, this is team 2. Goals is the same thing. Do this. I got to make them numbers also, right? Yeah, like that. So that's goals, and then the opponent's goals are like this, but it's based on goals, and it's based on being numeric, right? So the one I'm working on right now is goal differential. This is goals minus opponent's goals, and from team 1's perspective, right? That'll just look it up first. So if I look up on match 2, match number, returning on goal differential. Now I need to do, filter the goals based on the team equals something. Right, so the team in this case is Deutschland, and then sum these up. All right, so now I'm going to do something similar, except I need points, right? So points is ifs. If your goals is greater than your opponent, you get 3 points. If your goals is equal to your opponent, you get 1 point. Otherwise, you get 0 points. So now it is filter the points, right? Based on the team being the team here, but also the year being the year, right? So to double filter, I put them in parentheses and multiply them like this, because multiplication is like and. And then this equals something, right? So that equals the years, which is not on my table yet. So if I'm going to add, why don't I add the year and the host city while I'm here? So let's look up the match on here, returning on both of these. This, I think, is just taking a second, right? It's not actually a spell error, right? Yes. So this now is the years, which is there. And then the answer is the sum again. All right, now the expected from team one is this divided by the sum of both of these. Then, oh, except for that's team two, or that's team one, this is team two, is the same thing for H. So now it is XLOOKUP, the relevant team, and then round this times 100 to 0 places. All right, and then this is similar, except I've got to text split. I can't look up the goals because this is a new match here. Text split that, make them numbers. The win formula is going to be pretty similar to my points formula. Right, so if my goals are greater than my opponent goals, then one win. If my goals is equal to my opponent's goals, then half a win. Otherwise, no wins. So this is the result. Expected result is team one divided by both of these. Right, and then the new rating, according to the rating formula, is the previous strength plus 20 times result minus expected. And then round 0 decimal places. Okay, so I got to do this for all the matches. So rating, or start rating, opponent's rating, expected result, and then new rating. All right, so the start rating is XLOOKUP the team's name on all the previous team's names, which is $1 like that. Looking up on the new ratings, right? All the previous new ratings, which is, you know, $1 to not $1. If it's missing, then 500, because that's the first time. And search mode is -1, because I want the last one, not the first one. All right, so that's a start rating. The opponent's rating is a little trickier, right? Because if, well, I'm going to start with the first one's 500. If the team is 1, then the rating is XLOOKUP the opponent's name on all the previous team names, right? $1 to 2, returning on the new ratings, missing 500 in the reverse order. But if this is team 2, then you can't use the row directly above it, because that would be looking into the future. So instead, I got to skip the row directly above me, like that. And should be a good start for this, right? So expected now is my rating over the sum of the ratings. The result is the same as points, but, you know, 1 and 0. 1, 0, and 0.5. So 1, 0, 0.5, and 0. So the new rating is based on the rating formula, which is here in level 6. 20 result minus expected, right? So the starting rating, result minus expected. And, oh, and it has to be rounded. All right, so now the ratings here are filter the ratings based on the team name equals something, right? And then the highest of these is what it's asking for. All right, see if we got all the answers right here, which I think we did. I don't see a score on this one. Yeah, I don't see a score, but it's 1,000 so far, trust me. What city were most matches played is, you know, frequency table of the cities. There's the top one. I mean, I can just do the top one like that. Goals scored per match on average. Well, I probably want to total up the goals here, right? I mean, no, this works fine, right? Goals like this. I make a pivot table of this whole thing and do, this will get the goals per half match, but that's the same thing, right? Goals average. Right, so biggest of this returning on here is Strasbourg. What team has the most goals in World Cup history? I mean, when I saw this, I was tempted to just fill in what my guess was because I had a pretty good idea what the answer was, but we're going to do it for real. Team name and total goals, sum of goals, and the biggest is obviously the country of grand total. After grand total, it is, of course, Brazil. This biggest surprise also, I'm like, oh, I'll bet that's the 7-1 game that I remember. And it is, but here's how to actually solve that. Surprise is the new rating minus the start rating. And then I got a filter for the DACH region countries throughout history. So that includes Deutschland, but also there's Austria and East Germany and West Germany, and there's one more, which is Swiss or something like that. Yeah, there we go, Swiss. So those are the games by the DACH countries. The biggest positive surprise is 11. And yeah, look, it's this, what was really surprising was the 7-1 score of this game, but it's tied for 11. It says to take the last one if they're tied, so it's 833. All right, highest strength at the end of a tournament. So go back to the matches here. And I need to know all the tournaments, right? So let's say like a team has a tournament, right? So 1930 France is an example of a type of tournament, right? So these are tournaments and start with unique, right? So unique these. And now I'm going to look up this on here, locked, right? Returning on the new rating, locked, going in the -1 direction because I want the last one for each of these tournaments, right? So for French, that's their final score, right? And then the max of the final score for each of these tournaments is 887, It's our old friends Brazil again, spoiler alert. And that's it for that case. Thanks for watching. Bye.